Good day, brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ of Nazareth. We plead the blood of Jesus 20 times and we will get saved. He will appear and He will come to your rescue. We are all children of God and He loves us all. He just hates sin, and man has fallen to the power of sin. Right, today our teaching is on the underworld and what Jesus did when He died on the cross. I want to give a testimony that happened on the 6th of April 2020. The testimony that's in here was 6 days later after what the Lord showed me on the 6th of July 2020, and the testimony in here is on the 12th of July. The 12th of July, this is what it's based on, this book. This live testimony of miracles, signs and wonders, as it states in the book of Acts, and we walk in this daily. I know there are many people walking in miracles and they are unawares. So let's get into this before we run out of time. So this happened on day. It was actually day 102 of the lockdown. I took notes of what happened. So one night, on the 102nd day of the lockdown, 6th of July, I was standing, I had praise and worship. I was playing a worship song and giving thanks to the Lord for protecting us. And it was in South Africa, we had a very hard lockdown. We weren't allowed to leave. We were basically locked into our homes. So I was outside, and underneath the stars, there was no moon in the sky. It was clear. Then I was in praise and worship, and I was dancing like David danced to the Lord. I put on my garment of praise, and there I was. And moments later, I just looked up, and all of a sudden, the moon appeared in the sky. And there was no moon because I walked out and it was nothing. I didn't pay much attention. And I do have photographic evidence of this, of what I saw. So, what happened was, I watched the celestial stars and the moon do a dance, a cosmic dance. So I knew this is of the Lord because there was nothing in the sky. There was nothing. So what happened was, I looked at the moon and it was very bright. And beneath the moon, there was a band of stardust moving from the left to the right. And there were two stars, one above the band and one below. I did a drawing on that day that it looks like this. This is my journal for 2020, right? 2020. So what I did was I did a drawing of what I saw. That is what I wrote down. Right? Yeah. So difficult at this back to front. So let me do it like this. So it went like this. So it went from left to right. This is the band of stars, band of stardust, and that is the moon. And there was one star and two stars. One was above the horizon of the earth, and one was below. So there you can see a better depiction. I just drew it quickly. So that was the moon. And there's the stardust, this band, and there was star 1 and star 2. So this is what happened. So I watched it, and the band of dust moved faster and faster across the sky. But the moon stayed, and I knew, the Spirit told me, that is the Son of God on the cross. But I didn't know what was the representation of the two stars, because as I watched, it lasted about a few minutes, about 5 minutes I would say, and I just watched this carefully. And as I watched, the star beneath the horizon of the earth moved above towards the other star. So when I went, I took pictures and I tried to make videos, but in videos you can't get, but the pictures were much clearer. So I went indoors and I sat, and then the Lord ministered to me what I just witnessed. And this teaching is called the underworld of hell. What happened and what Jesus did for us. So, it's about Abram's bosom, Lazarus and the great gulf fixed, Moses and the prophets, and hell enlarged itself. It is here written in my God journal, which is this one. It's exactly the same. It's exactly this book. So what I wrote there was what the Lord ministered to me. Luke 16 verse 19, we'll start there. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fed sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abram's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lift up his eyes, and being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus, the poor man, evil things. But now he is comforted. The Holy Spirit is the comforter. And thou art tormented in hell. And besides all this, between us there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us, that they would come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Abram saith unto him, They have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, Nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto them, If they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. 1 Peter 4 verse 6. For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they may be judged accordingly to men in the flesh, but live accordingly to God in the Spirit. Ephesians 4 verse 9. Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended, dissension power, hashtag, first into the lower parts of the earth. He that descended is the same also that ascended far above all the heavens, that he might fill all things. Hashtag dissension power. Isaiah 5 verse 14. Therefore hell enlarged itself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. And the graves opened, and the dead rose. 3 days they walked among the living. This is where we are now. Matthew 27 verse 52. And the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose, and came out of the graves after his resurrection, and went into the holy city, and appeared unto many. Now when the centurion and they that were with him watching Jesus saw the earthquake and those things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, Truly this was the Son of God. The relocation of paradise upwards. Luke 23:43. And Jesus said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise. This is when he takes us all up to heaven. Now, it was a long teaching. Deuteronomy 32 verse 22. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Now, I'm running out of time because it's a long teaching. I'm going to do this explanation in the next video. Those are the scriptures, and I'm going to explain the scriptures and what you just saw in this depiction in the next video. In this depiction, what I'm going to explain everything right now. Just continue watching and watch. I'll load 2 of them on my Facebook page.